Have you ever been standing in the grocery store, looking at all those colorful fruits piled high, thinking, fruits are healthy, so I can eat whatever I want, right? I mean, that's what we've been told our whole lives, isn't it? An apple a day keeps the doctor away, and all that. But what if I told you, not all fruits are as friendly as they seem, especially as we get a little older? Some of them could actually be working against our health without us even realizing it. Today, we're diving into something that could really surprise you: 8 dangerous fruits seniors should never eat. Yep, that's right. Even nature's sweetest gifts can turn sour when it comes to our aging bodies. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to empower you, to make sure you're choosing the foods that help you feel stronger, sharper, and full of life. So, grab yourself a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's have a heart-to-heart about it. Let's start with a fruit that seems harmless, even refreshing, especially in the summer: grapefruit. Have you ever enjoyed a nice, juicy half of a grapefruit for breakfast? It feels so fresh and cleansing, doesn't it? But here's the kicker: grapefruit can actually be downright dangerous if you're taking certain medications. Things like blood pressure pills, statins for cholesterol, even some medications for anxiety and depression. Grapefruit can mess with how these drugs are absorbed in your body, either making them too strong or too weak. Either way, it's not good. I knew a neighbor, a sweet woman named Margaret, who was so proud of her healthy breakfasts, until she ended up in the ER because her blood pressure dropped dangerously low. Turns out, it wasn't her medicine, it was the grapefruit making it too powerful. So if you're on any medications, it's a smart move to double-check with your doctor or pharmacist about whether grapefruit is safe for you. Now, while we're on the topic of fruits that aren't as innocent as they look, let's talk about cherries. Yes, those sweet, bite-sized treats that just seem to vanish by the handful. They're delicious, no doubt about it. But they're also loaded with sugar, and not just a little bit. In fact, cherries can cause real trouble for blood sugar levels, especially if you're managing diabetes or prediabetes, which is so common after 60. What's tricky about cherries is that they taste so natural, so pure, that we don't think of them as sugary. But your body sees them the same way it sees candy, a big rush of sugar all at once. I remember my Uncle Joe. He loved his cherry pie, and he thought switching to fresh cherries was the healthy choice. But even fresh, they sent his blood sugar swinging all over the place, and it wasn't long before he had to deal with the consequences. It's not about never enjoying them again, but about being really mindful. A small handful once in a while, maybe with some protein to balance it out, can be okay. But sitting down with a big bowl and a spoon? Probably not the best idea. And speaking of sugar bombs in disguise, there's another sneaky fruit we need to talk about: mangoes. Oh, I know. Mangoes feel like a mini vacation. One bite and you're practically on a tropical beach somewhere, toes in the sand. But that sweet, creamy texture comes with a price. Mangoes are one of the highest sugar fruits out there. 1 cup of sliced mango can pack over 45 grams of natural sugar. That's more than a can of soda. And the trouble is, just like with cherries, that sugar gets processed quickly, spiking your blood sugar levels, and if your insulin response isn't what it used to be, that can lead to crashes, fatigue, or even increase your risk for longer-term problems like heart disease. Plus, mangoes can be a little rough on digestion. All that fiber and sugar can ferment in your gut, leading to bloating or discomfort, something nobody wants when you're trying to enjoy your day. A little taste here and there won't hurt most people, but it's good to know that mangoes are more of an occasional treat, not a daily habit. You see, the thing is, our bodies change as we age. What we could eat by the truckload in our 20s and 30s without blinking an eye, well, now it can have a whole different effect. Our digestion slows down. Our sensitivity to sugars increases. Even the way our liver processes medications and food shifts. It's not about being afraid of fruit, it's about being smart, listening to our bodies, and making choices that keep us feeling vibrant and steady, instead of weighed down or put at risk. Now that we've uncovered some surprising truths about grapefruit, cherries, and mangoes, let's keep going, because there are a few more fruits that might seem harmless, but could actually be putting your health at risk without you realizing it. Another fruit that deserves a closer look is lychee. You know, those small, spiky little fruits with the pearly inside? They're sweet, fragrant, almost like candy from nature. But here's something many people don't realize: eating lychees, especially on an empty stomach, can actually cause blood sugar levels to drop dangerously low. This has been seen in parts of the world where lychees are eaten heavily during harvest seasons, but even just a few can cause trouble if your blood sugar control isn't what it used to be. It's called hypoglycemia, and let me tell you, it's not a good feeling. Dizziness, confusion, even fainting. If you've ever felt that sudden weakness out of nowhere, it's not something you want to mess with. Lychees can be delicious in moderation, sure, but it's wise to pair them with a small meal, and definitely avoid eating too many on an empty stomach. And while we're talking about fruits that can throw your body for a loop, let's take a closer look at bananas. Now I know, bananas are practically the poster child for healthy eating. Easy to peel, easy to eat, full of potassium, what's not to love? But here's where it gets tricky. As we get older, our kidneys might not work quite as efficiently as they used to. That's just a natural part of aging. When your kidneys slow down, you have to be a little more careful about potassium. Too much potassium can build up in the blood, leading to a condition called hyperkalemia. And hyperkalemia can cause real problems with your heart. You might feel muscle weakness, fatigue, even irregular heartbeats. Most healthy younger folks don't need to think twice about eating bananas, but for seniors, especially those with kidney issues, it's a conversation worth having with your doctor. It doesn't mean you have to swear off bananas forever, but maybe not eating 2 or 3 in one day, like you might have done years ago. Something else that might surprise you: dried fruits. Now, dried fruits aren't a single type of fruit, I know, but they all share one big issue: concentration. When you dry fruit, you take away the water, but all the sugars stay packed in there. A small handful of raisins, apricots, or dates might not seem like much, but it's like eating several servings of the fresh fruit all at once. And because they're small, they're easy to overeat. Before you know it, you've had what amounts to 6 or 7 servings of fruit without even realizing it. Plus, many store-bought dried fruits are coated in extra sugar or treated with preservatives like sulfites, which can cause headaches or digestive upset in sensitive people. I remember visiting a friend who kept a jar of dried mango slices on her coffee table, so easy to snack on while chatting. But after a few weeks, she noticed her blood sugar readings creeping up and couldn't figure out why. Turned out those healthy snacks were anything but, once you saw what they added up to. If you love dried fruit, it's best to treat it more like candy, a tiny bit, once in a while, and always checking the labels. You know, it's funny how fruits, something we grew up thinking of as the purest, healthiest food, can turn into a hidden trap. It's not about being fearful, it's about being informed. About knowing that our bodies change, and what served us once might need adjusting now. It's about feeling empowered to make the best choices for ourselves, because we deserve to feel good, to stay sharp, to have energy to spend time with our grandkids, our friends, or just enjoy our hobbies and passions without health worries looming over us. And the thing is, these little changes don't have to feel overwhelming. It's not about cutting out everything you love. It's about noticing. Choosing mindfully. Listening to your body when it whispers, so it doesn't have to shout later. Now, there are still a few more fruits that might seem harmless at first glance but can actually cause more harm than good if we're not careful. Let's keep going, because I want you to have all the knowledge you need to make the best choices for your beautiful, one-of-a-kind body. Another fruit that catches a lot of people off guard is papaya. Now, papaya has a lovely, tropical taste and it's full of fiber and vitamin C, which sounds fantastic. But here's something most folks don't realize: if you eat a lot of papaya, especially when it's very ripe, it can actually upset your stomach and cause diarrhea. For seniors, that can be more than just uncomfortable, it can lead to dehydration very quickly, and dehydration is something we have to take very seriously after 60. Our bodies don't hold onto fluids the way they used to. Losing too much water too fast can leave you feeling weak, dizzy, and even put your heart under extra strain. Plus, papaya contains an enzyme called papain, which helps break down proteins. Sounds good in theory, but in sensitive stomachs, it can cause irritation. A small slice of papaya here and there, especially if you're used to it, might be just fine. But sitting down and eating half a papaya in one go? Maybe not the best idea anymore. Then there's the star fruit. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Those perfect little star shapes when you slice it. It feels almost too pretty to eat. But star fruit contains substances that can be toxic to people with kidney problems, and sometimes you may not even know you have mild kidney issues until something like star fruit makes it clear. In severe cases, star fruit toxicity can cause confusion, seizures, and serious neurological issues. It sounds dramatic, but it's true. It's especially dangerous because most of us would never guess that something so small and innocent looking could have such a strong effect. If you've never tried star fruit before, it's probably better to skip it altogether, just to be on the safe side. And finally, let's talk about pomegranates. Now, I'll be the first to admit, pomegranates are gorgeous. Those bright ruby red seeds, bursting with juice, they just feel like little jewels of health. And yes, pomegranates do have antioxidants, which are great. But, and it's a big but, they also can interfere with certain medications, much like grapefruit does. Especially blood pressure medications and statins. Plus, the seeds can be rough on sensitive digestion. I remember a dear old friend of mine, Sam, who thought he was doing something good for his heart by drinking a glass of pomegranate juice every day. And while it's true that it can help some people, for him, it ended up thinning his blood too much and causing bruising that wouldn't heal properly. It's such a good reminder that even good things, when not matched to our personal health needs, can cause problems. At the end of the day, the goal isn't to make you afraid of fruit or anything else you love. Life's too short for that. It's about being wise. About understanding that your body now has different needs than it did 30 or 40 years ago, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a part of the beautiful journey of aging. It's about making choices that help you wake up feeling steady on your feet, clear in your mind, full of energy to do the things you love. Maybe that means reaching for a handful of blueberries instead of a big slice of mango. Maybe it means asking your doctor if your medications are okay with grapefruit before having that fancy brunch with friends. Maybe it's just about pausing for a moment and thinking, is this food helping me live the way I want to live today? And you know what? Every small, thoughtful choice you make adds up. Every time you nourish your body wisely, you're sending it a little message of love, a message that says, I'm taking care of you, because you're still needed, you're still vibrant, you're still so full of life. Because you are. No matter your age, you have so much more life to live, and so much joy still ahead of you. So be kind to yourself. Trust that listening to your body isn't about giving up the things you enjoy, it's about finding even better ways to enjoy them, ways that leave you feeling your best. Ways that make sure you're around, strong and happy, for all the beautiful days to come. If you found these tips helpful, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to share your own experiences in the comments. What fruits have surprised you, for better or worse? Let's learn from each other, because wisdom grows even better when it's shared. And if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We have so many more helpful, uplifting topics coming your way, all designed to help you live your very best life, at every stage and every age. Here's to you, your health, your happiness, and all the adventures still waiting for you just around the corner. Stay strong, stay wise, and keep shining. We'll see you again soon.